So I'm going to say it is the end of the 4th day.
Okay.
Since you left the Dizzy Mother.
Mm-hmm.
You have left the worst of the storm at this point. The ultra storm that seemed to be at the heart of the ocean has returned to the normal stormy conditions that you dealt with for weeks.
Okay.
It is the end of the day shift for the officers and crew, and the time when the day shift and the night shift switch off.
Okay.
So for simplicity, I'll say that the two of you were part of the day shift and are heading down to to your bunks.
Cool.
In order to reach your bunks, or perhaps because you intend to speak to her, you naturally pass by the area where Winter is working on the teleportation circle,
mm-hmm.
which I didn't describe very well because I hadn't looked at the map of the warship in a while. For her to be doing it where we described, she's been doing this amongst the rowers. She's basically set aside an area in the middle of the lower deck where the rowers work all day and all night, and she is building a teleportation circle there on the floor between the benches.
Excellent.
So the two of you, the two of you have seen her working. She's even made herself a little pile of books that she keeps under one of the benches down there. Her little cubby, so that she can have what she needs to reference. And the two of you are passing by, and she's there if you want to talk to her at all.
I guess. Right, because the staircases are actually like on the opposite ends of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. To get to your bunk, you have to walk past her.
Winter Storm, how might I assist you in your practice today?
Oh, Vane, I know you must be exhausted from your work. I don't want to trouble you. This work will not be completed tonight with or without you. You may rest if you need it.
It is no trouble at all. Allow me to assist you, Winter.
Well, yes, you see what I'm doing here, and she turns to one of the pages in one of the books she's using. It's not one of the books she's often working from. She's gone to one of her secondary tomes.
So this is not Veterans Journal?
This is not the Veterans Journal.
Okay.
And she explains that she's been sort of pulling out some details from this book because the Veterans Journal has more information about the teleportation circle itself. But this book, for right now, has what she needs to get some of the runes correct, and that's really what she's focused on tonight.
Gotcha.
So she spends a little time talking through the problem that she's facing, and it really is one of she's not sure if she's interpreting the runes correctly, and she appreciates that you're giving it a second look with your arcane knowledge as well.
Gotcha.
Sato, are you going to stick around for this conversation?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay quiet. Sorry, my mic was off.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay quiet for the most part and just watch what they're doing, because I don't know anything arcane. But I also want to just see what they're doing.
Okay, sounds good. The lower deck at this point is actually sort of, there's a natural lull at this point in the night when the day crew is, they're sort of, half the day crew goes off, and enough of the people stick around to just keep the oars secure, keep things from like getting horrible as the night crew shuffles in. And as the night crew starts to shuffle in, those day crew people shift out. But there's this little lull where there aren't as many rowers as there normally are, and that's the time of night that you're in right now.
That's the transition period, basically, then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And while you're working, Sato, can you give me a perception check?
Okay, one sec.
And actually, Vane, you can give me one, but with disadvantage because you're focusing on the book.
Disadvantage.
Dang, such a low roll.
Perception. What do we got? I got lower.
Nope. So none of you notice anything out of the ordinary until Sato, you very clearly notice that from under the bench that you've been standing near, a book slides out. Maybe the ship tilted a little bit and caused it to slide out, but one book slides out of Winter's little cubby and sort of lands at the feet between Vane and Winter, and they haven't noticed yet.
I'm at least gonna pick it up, because I get the feeling that Winter is a pretty organized person and wouldn't want that book missing.
So you pick it up.
Mhm.
The book that slid out is the book that you've all noticed is the go-to that Winter's been mostly working from. It's the Veteran's Journal, which is where she has her main description of the work she's doing on the teleportation circle.
Mhm.
And so you're holding the book.
Yes. Is it open or closed?
It was
slid
closed
out
when
closed,
it was closed when it slid
Right.
out. Yeah.
I might, as I pick it up, maybe like, you know how when you pick up a book, sometimes your hand might be on the, what do you call it, the binding,
Mm-hmm.
and it opens up a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Just sort of naturally.
Yeah, as I open it up, does anything happen when I do that?
Yeah, as you sort of casually hold it with the binding and let it rest kind of gently in your palm that way, it does seem to spring open and the pages flip. You don't, it's like a wind is blowing through the room to flip the pages, but you don't feel any wind that would cause this.
Right.
Tracy!
Hello, Tracy. Or maybe.
All right.
Hello? Yes, there
Oh,
we
okay.
are.
Yes, we hear you.
Yay.
Take your time. Let us know when you're settled in. I'm gonna continue a scene that I'm doing with Vane and Sato for the moment.
It's all good. I've got my
But
food.
okay.
Ah.
I'm gonna Vinaya. Is it okay if we say, for the purposes of this scene, that you and Vane have been trading off day shift and night shift as captain and first mate?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to say, for the convenience of this scene, that you've been doing the night shift. So we're working on a scene right now where the day shift is logging off and the night shift is logging in. So you're probably on the main deck, making sure things are going smoothly while this is going on.
Makes sense.
Okay, cool, perfect. Which means that you might have a natural entrance to the scene as it goes on. So yeah, Sato, the pages spring open and they seem to rest on a specific page. Like the movement stops very suddenly and very specifically.
But like, I'm already probably confuzzled by the fact that there's no wind.
Right. This was definitely an unnatural occurrence.
Yeah.
And Vane, you still have not noticed that this is going on, I'm gonna say.
I'm. Are Vane and Winter talking intently? Like they're very in their world right now.
They are.
What do I see on the book?
Give me a Arcana or Religion check, your choice.
Arcana or religion? Well, they both suck. So. I'll say religion.
Actually, you can have advantage on this.
Oh.
So just roll one
again.
more time. Yeah. Because this is a book that Winter's been. Oh, look at that! Because this is a book that Winter's been talking about a lot.
Mhm.
Like she's been giving your group like sermons about this book, so that's why you would have advantage on this. So you recognize this as one of the pages. It's gibberish to you, but you remember Winter explaining this kind of stuff. These are some of the enchantments that get put into the physical teleportation circle that help it appear in the space between worlds. It's part of what anchors it to the other spots in the multiverse where another teleportation circle might connect to it. It's like an on ramp or an off ramp.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But because so I recognize it in like very obviously, it's something important, then, right?
You know that it's got that relationship to the work that Winter's been doing.
I'm going to quickly say, like, as Winter and Vane are going back and forth, I'm going to be like, Winter? Winter.
Yes, Sato. Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry, but this book of yours just came out, and notice is very. This page appeared to me all of a sudden, and there's no wind on this boat. I don't really know what just happened.
what do you mean it came out? It came to you?
No, the book slid out, and as I picked it up, the book flipped its own pages and landed on this page.
She rushes over and she tries to take the book from you.
Vane is casting detect magic from the wand.
You feel with detect magic, you can feel something in the air around you, but it's far too diffuse. It doesn't even feel like a zone of magic. It's like, it's almost like a just a slight. You know how sometimes you just like smell flowers in the air just on a spring day. It's like that much magic in the air.
There's some form of vestige of magic around us now. Do I have some idea of the school?
You would. One moment. Abjuration.
Of the Abjuration School.
Winter is intently looking at what she's doing. She, without looking up from the book, she's gathering up some of her supplies. She hands a piece of chalk to you, Vane. Says, Vane, I need you to write these runes. And she grabs a bucket of tar with a brush in it and hands it to you, Sato. Says, Sato, follow my instructions to the letter. And she begins shouting instructions.
Does this require a performance roll? Or?
This is going to require a check.
Can I roll an insight check?
You can.
Specifically, Vane is looking for signs of this seeming like Winter is being influenced by Ingrid or Echo, for example. And this is what Vane is not great at.
Can I roll again? Can I roll the same?
You can roll the same, absolutely.
Okay.
Nice.
Sato, you've seen, actually this is great for Sato. Sato, you've seen this kind of intensity in weapon training. What Winter is experiencing is she is experiencing a moment of mastery. She is recognizing the best of her ability in this moment. Something has unlocked for her.
Okay.
She's in the zone, as it were.
Vane not noticing any signs of influence, I think.
An epiphany kind of thing?
Yeah, like an epiphany. Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna go ahead with what he was instructed.
Okay, so this is again for both of you going to be an Arcana or Religion check. This will not be with advantage, but it's a covered roll. The two of you are helping each other.
Okay, so I don't have any Arcana, so.
All right.
Do I roll too, or?
You roll as well. Yep, Arcana or Religion. So same thing you were doing before. Yeah.
You're doing great.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm losing all my crit rolls for the hammer.
No, this is perfect. Okay, so these instructions are pretty intense, and the work is taking you an amount of time. Vinaya, on the main deck, you've been up there for about 15 minutes, just the beginning of handing things over. You just relieved First Mate Vane of duty. When one of the sailors, actually, we might as well use the sailor who has a name, your old friend Mendo, who's been really Mendo's been your greatest help keeping the crew in order, just, making sure everyone's keeping things solid for you and moving things along. Mendo comes up to you and says, there seems to be some excitement with your friend the Enchantress downstairs.
Explosive sort of excitement, or
no, the normal emotional kind of excitement, but it seemed different. Just wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
Do you remain on deck?
Yeah.
Okay. So below deck, it takes about an hour of work drawing the runes and drawing the runes with chalk. And the thing that you're doing with the tar, Sato, is you're making larger mirrors of the runes all along the wall of the lower deck. You're basically painting runes all amongst the ore slots in the lower deck. And after an hour of this work, through the center of the teleportation circle, Vane, how long does the detect magic last?
It lasts for a minute. So
Okay.
it would have.
So,
yeah.
It would have completed. Okay, great. The end of the work, and all this time, Winter is like running around saying this, and then she's flipping pages, and this, and then this, and it seems like everything's like coming together for her.
Quick question.
Yeah.
During that minute when it's up,
Yeah.
do I get a chance to look at the book specifically and see if that is emitting any?
The book is not emitting any specific magic. Yeah. And then in the center of the teleportation circle, you see a flash of light, and in the middle of the lower deck, you see Dailu, Orin, and clattering on the floor at their feet, Riff Raff and Wave. Sorry, 1 second.
Yep.
Sorry, you guys can't hear my like chewing sounds, right?
Cannot at all.
Okay, cool.
All right, sorry about that. I'm going to describe this again, and then I'm going to ask you to hold your reactions for a moment. So Dailu and Orin appear in the teleportation circle. They are conscious. They are standing. They look very surprised and confused. They also look exhausted and ragged. Dailu is wearing different clothes than the last time you saw her. Orin appears to have some kind of injury in his leg. You can see dried blood. Riff Raff and Wave clatter at their feet, and also a medium-sized luggage bag lands on the floor between them. And Vane and Sato, can you give me one more perception check? Oh, actually, only Vane can make this check. Vane, can you give me a perception check? Okay. All right, so hold tight 1 second. And please hold, because I'm going to describe a thing in a moment. Do not react immediately. Scout and Devin, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. You two can join Roll20. Do not be alarmed when you see the compass map. I'm just using it as a waiting room. You are not actually seeing that. So, Dailu, Orin, moments after the last thing we described in chat, the two of you find yourselves standing in the lower decks of a ship. At your feet is a crude teleportation circle drawn in chalk, and runes are drawn in tar on the walls all around you. In the room, you see Winter Storm, Sato, and Vane.
Oh my god, it worked. Okay, do you have all your limbs? Orin checks his body.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are-
Are you fucking kidding me? Did that crazy old witch really do us this big of a solid? Holy fuck! Dailu sort of pounces towards Vane and Sato, dropping a.
Vane holds out his hand. One moment.
Sato
Cast
dodges.
detect magic with the with the wand.
Vane, I swear to God.
He
This isn't the
d-
first time they would have seen Faye fake things. Like, this makes sense. Let's go through the motions here.
Dailu's dropped also a piece of luggage that she was carrying on the floor.
Vane, while the magic casting detect magic says, "Get the captain, find Thane, and get us a surgeon."
Two of the crew run off. Vinaya, someone runs up to you and says, "They're back! They're back!"
I drop everything and immediately rush down.
So Vinaya, you arrive and you see the scene that I described. Vane, your detect magic picks up what you expect to find, the magical items that you know that these two carry, though you notice that Orin is wearing a different ring, a different magic ring than his ring of spell storing. And the ring of spell storing is in someone's pocket, I think, Dailu's pocket.
No, I think it's
No,
still on Orin.
we retconned that whole thing
Oh,
because
okay.
of the way that things happen. So I've still got my ring of spell storing on because I had.
Oh, it's actually still on
attunement
you.
slot. Yeah, because I could attune to all of it. So.
Okay, perfect. So then I'll say he's got two rings instead. He's got his ring of spell storing and a new one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and nothing else.
Nothing.
And
nothing.
also, the surgeon Stitcher is called and comes and looks.
Okay. Nothing of the illusion school or enchantment.
Nothing of those schools.
Welcome back, Dailu. Orin.
Are you good? Are you done?
Thanks, Shepherd.
Indeed.
Yes.
Dailu throws her arms around Vane and like hugs him the hardest he has probably ever been hugged in his life. Very hard.
Vane
And
goes
first,
very stiff and then it's like, pat.
Dailu
Welcome back, Dailu.
is
Welcome
like
back.
cackling like a demon, and also crying.
Someone find Thane.
One of the crew says, "We're looking. We're not sure where he is." And Orin and Dailu, it's at this point that you notice that Wave and Riffraff are at your feet.
Oh fuck! I pick up Wave and I hug it tight.
Yeah. He grabs Riffraff and he's like, "Hey, buddy."
Missed you.
Wave says, "I had consigned myself to oblivion, but I'm glad to be back. I must admit I missed you too."
And Riffraff says something really heartwarming.
Riffraff says, "Oh, yeah, sure, we could do another round of this."
Uh-huh. I missed you too. And then Dailu seizes whoever's closest, Sato or Vinaya, and gives them the same sort of crushing, sobbing, hugging
Oh my
treatment
goodness.
in turn.
Orin's gonna hold up a hand really. Orin's gonna hold up a hand really fast and just say, "There's lots to explain, but the first thing that needs to be said is that don't say anything around me that is confidential, and I will explain that later. We're fine, but keep secrets secret right now."
Okay.
Vane, that's going to be enough that with your failed perception check, you're still going to get the information because of what Orin just said and
Gotcha.
detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
The new ring that Orin is wearing, it's a ring of mind shielding.
Sorry, out of character. What is that?
It's the same ring that Epoch had that Devin
Oh.
took from Epic.
Okay.
Oh.
One moment.
Well, there is much to discuss. Sorry.
There is Wayne, I need to talk to you at some point.
Considering all the contextual clues, I think Sato can get that a lot of stuff happened.
Dailu and Orin look like a lot of stuff happened. Generally.
Actually, well, I would like to put Orin is dirty, but he doesn't have any wounds or anything on him. Dailu is.
Orin totally has a wound on him in his leg.
Oh, that's right. I do have a. Never mind. Orin's bleeding from his leg. I forgot about that. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, come here. Orin.
Yeah,
Is Dailu-
healing magic doesn't work in the Shadowfell, apparently, so we've been a little rough.
You were in the Shadowfell.
We were in
Yeah.
Shadowfell.
Is
Yeah.
is that what the Pale River was supposed to be, or was that?
No.
One moment before we sort out all the information that we need to tell each other. Firstly, for the sake of the crew, it's important to clarify who is the captain now.
Oh yes, that's a good idea.
True enough.
Oh, one more thing that's different. I mentioned that Dailu is wearing different clothes from the last time you saw her. That includes a very nice hat. Just on this topic of who is captain.
Yeah, actually, it looks exactly like. So, Orin's hat is brown with a blue feather and 2 small white ones on the side, and Dailu has a black hat that looks the same, but with a big red feather and 2 black feathers.
Awesome.
Dailu also suddenly Dailu points to the piece of luggage that she dropped and is like, "We should keep an eye on this." Also,
What's in it exactly?
well, there's a lot of books in it that part's not important. I mean, it's important, but it ain't concerning. The concerning part is that we don't know why both of us and the other person we talked to about it felt compelled to have it. We brought it because it seemed interesting, and also we needed something to put all the books in.
You
Can I
wait.
use
The luggage is what you were compelled to have.
Yeah, the luggage.
Okay.
So Whelm has. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Whelm has detect good and evil. I'm gonna use it.
You detect evil on Orin's Ring of Mind Shielding. And probably on Riffraff.
I think detect
Weapons
good and
don't really
evil
count.
doesn't detect alignments. It detects types of entities.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Hang on, I'll check the wording.
If it's the same as the paladin one, then yeah, it detects.
Oh yeah, you know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. Similarly, you know if a place or object has been magically consecrated or desecrated. I'm gonna say that both the Ring of Mind Shielding and the luggage have been magically desecrated.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
But hey, Riffraff hasn't.
Hold one moment.
I think I do share that information just because it's something I found out through.
Hold one moment. Sorry.
Yep, no problem. Trying to find some stuff.
Paul, can you hear me?
Thane.
Yes, I can.
So at this point, Thane comes up the stairs from the lower deck, the crew member sent to find him following a respectable distance behind. And Thane, you see that the teleportation circle Winter's been working on has progressed quite drastically in the last couple of hours. There are runes written in chalk and tar all over the room. And you see standing amongst your friends, Dailu and Orin.
Thane would
Yeah.
rush to Dailu and give Dailu a humongous
Yeah.
hug.
Dailu,
Tears in his eyes.
yeah, Dailu was laughing and crying while hugging everybody else, and is now just starts sobbing, and extreme hugging, like extreme sports version of hugging is what's going on.
Yep.
Going for gold.
Yep. Going for gold in the hugging Olympics. I missed you so much.
You're not allowed to leave ever again.
I'm not gonna.
Guys, just not allowed.
Watch out for the luggage. Sato
Okay.
says it's evil.
So at this point, Thane, let me describe a little bit more of the scene. You recognize that Dailu's actually wearing different clothes than the last time you saw her. Oren has some kind of injury in his leg. He's bleeding from his leg. There's some dried blood on his clothes.
Oh, Oren's back too.
And and there's a medium-sized bit of luggage sitting on the floor in the center of the teleportation circle.
It just looks like a piece of luggage.
Yep.
It's evil, Sato says.
The what's evil?
The luggage.
It
I
has.
don't know.
Sato declares it has been desecrated, along with the ring that. Oh, this is. You should repeat what you said earlier, Oren, for Thane. I believe Thane would be most appreciative of being informed of that as soon as possible.
Yeah, don't. As of right now, until we talk about it, don't say. Keep any secrets secret. Don't say anything around this ring that you don't want heard by. Well, anyone. Just yeah.
So are we gonna cut your finger off now, or?
Not yet, please.
I mean, as
Is
soon
it
as
that-
possible.
Wait.
Is it a curse situation?
Wait.
This
Wait.
is a self-imposed curse.
Oren would never ask me to keep secrets. This is absolutely either a fey trick or the recurring nightmare I've been having.
Funnily enough, you're welcome to kill me, and that'll start off a whole other string of events that we could figure out later. But
Please don't kill him right now.
We-
It would be
I-
real weird.
Thane, I checked for illusions. I had been hoping that you would be able to check for disguises as soon as possible.
You could be you're a fey trick too. Like this isn't real.
Could you check?
You
for
remember?
me?
Well, you don't remember, but I had this fever dream like a while ago. It's like the same thing.
Thane, please.
Are you saying-
Can I walk over to Thane and slap him?
If you can hit my AC.
Try. This is not a like damaging slap. It's more
Vane would
of a
then
wake-up
Vane would
slap.
then say to the other two, "He's been like this the whole time."
How do I do this?
He's been like what? Perfect in every way?
Unarmed strike. There we go.
Indeed.
27. Does that hit your AC?
No, not in Dream World. In Dream World, my AC is whatever I want. Yeah.
I'm trying to wake him up.
Ow,
Or no,
no.
not wake him up, but like
Yeah.
make him
I
realize.
felt that.
Make him realize that he's not dreaming.
Does a 22 hit your AC, Sato?
It does.
Retaliate.
All right, please.
No attack.
Oren just grabs the luggage and steps out of the brawl. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Anyway, well, I might as well check anyway because either
Hang
this
on.
is a dream or it
Real,
isn't.
real quick. When Oren picked up the luggage, all of you, all six of you, realized that you felt a sense of relief that someone had finally picked it up.
See, it's fucking weird. It's not bad. It seems like
It's
seems
been
like really
desecrated,
nice luggage in a way that I have. Well, everything has in the Shadowfell, I assume, but
It's
nothing
bad.
else felt this way. in the
Why
Shadowfell.
did you pick it back up, Oren? Put it down.
It's full of books. Listen, okay.
We can
Let's
take
go
the
to a
books
room,
out.
and we need to talk. We've got some stories that we need to tell and some information that we need to spread.
Before we do, while everyone is here in this room, just in case this is real life, I do want to check you all over. I don't know how looking for disguises works.
Thank you,
Investigation.
Well, I don't do a good job.
You don't find any sign that these are
Yeah, you know,
costumes
I
of
just
any kind.
I quickly look over them because this is a dream and it doesn't matter anyway.
He
Oren
also
gives you a wink as you're doing that. Yeah.
Vane makes a heavy sigh. It's like,
By the way, the new clothes Dailu is wearing are very fancy, but too big for her.
Let's do this. Dailu and me need to heal. Dailu needs clothes that are hers. We both need a bath. Let's split for like 30 minutes and then join up in the quarters upstairs.
Before we
we do
split
any
for
of that.
30 minutes, who is the captain?
What ship are we on?
We're on the Forge Bunny.
I'm the captain.
It is. Oh, that's right. It is Dailu.
Technically, Dyler is the captain of this ship.
You know what? Yeah,
Technically and actually.
Thane has
Wait.
been the navigator with his capabilities with navigator's tools.
Oh, Thane, that's awesome.
Wait, by the way, totally forgot about Winter. What is she reacting with? Like, whoa.
She has been sitting on one of the benches, just smiling and relieved. You can see clearly on her face, she's just so glad that this worked.
Tyler goes over and hugs Winter also.
She gives you a very hearty hug and
Oh.
it's the hug of a loving mother.
Oh. Tyler cries again.
Captain, get a hold of yourself. We're trying to determine what the chain of command is.
Well, I'm glad, you know, Vane, I'm so glad you helped us figure that out. You know, I do think that's very important to remember in all things, who is the captain and who isn't.
We're just like hanging out.
I wouldn't want to step on Dylu's toes, so I'm going to step aside, and Dylu, you're the captain of this ship. And when we get back to our other ship, that'll flip back around to the way it's supposed to be.
Well,
I need to go clean up.
I feel like I should say here that there is a palpable energy between Dailu and Oren. Bad.
I want to put something out before we get into roleplay, just in case it looks otherwise. Dailu and Devin, Scout and Devin are fine. As we move forward today, Scout and Devin are friends.
Gotcha.
Two things. There is not another ship. I don't know what you're talking about. And this is the ship. This is the ship on which we go to Murden. Thing number two is that if you're hurt, don't leave. Stay here where I am.
Well, I've got.
I may heal you.
I cast healing word on myself. Actually, it's like now I think I should be good. And I try healing word for the first time in however long.
And it works.
All right.
I
appreciate it, but that hasn't worked in a long time. I just wanted to make sure that I could still heal things. But thank you, Benaya.
I still call Stitcher over.
Stitcher, I think,
Fine.
got
You
here
can give
before
them
you
orange
did.
juice and tetanus vaccination.
Yeah. Stitcher says, I'll give you a physical in the morning. Just get rest.
Oh man.
That's what we have a
Like,
search.
hey, Stitcher.
Stitcher gives a half-hearted salute and leaves the room.
As everyone's like going in different directions, Zane's like, but who's the first mate?
I'm going to message to Vane, and I'm going to use a sorcery point and subtle spell so that it's just silent. I need to talk to you privately, urgently. As we all split up to go and prepare for a group talk.
Vane would then reply in the message what I will text you and Jared. Or direct message you and Jared.
Excellent. Tyler's like looking at this is okay. So Tyler recognizes where we are. This is
Yeah,
This is-
now that you recognize this as the lower deck of the Forge Bunny with a bunch of runes drawn on it.
okay. Yeah, Tyler's now looking around like, hey. So I guess by my room I mean the captain's cabin still.
Dilute, what are you wearing?
Well, my clothes got sort of, well, you were there at the time, covered in blood and stuff, dirty, all that. We've been gone a while, you may have noticed. And when we got this creepy desecrated luggage, it was full of nice clothes, so I'm wearing those. Which, now that we know it's desecrated, seems less like a good idea.
Yeah,
Yes,
thing gives
I
you
know.
a
Yes, I know. Yes,
You remember those beers that I drank?
yes,
That
I
beer that I
do.
drank?
It was fine.
Dailu, before you leave this room, please choose a first mate. And then Vane heads off in another direction.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was Thane before.
Thane's
Thane,
clearly the navigator. propose he should continue doing that.
Can't he be the first navigator, mate?
I was thinking the same thing.
You just hear Oren sigh as he leaves the room. Good luck, Captain.
Sato walks off, but talks to Winter real quick, and
Mm-hmm.
Sato asks Winter, so I don't know all this magic stuff, but does this circle need to remain intact?
No, in fact, if these are the only people you're hoping to connect with from beyond the prime material plane, I would recommend that we begin dismantling it immediately so that no one else can make use of it.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Do that.
start
Yes.
wiping the tar.
Yeah, Winter starts instructing you and some of the crew. No expertise is needed to destroy a teleportation circle, so
Okay.
everyone can help with this.
Tyler was extremely like, immediately. Yes, actually, now we mention it, yes, immediately.
I would like to investigate the luggage and maybe I'll try casting remove curse on it.
Someone should keep an eye on that at all times, I would say. But you can take the books out. They're fine, I think.
Okay, you're going to cast remove curse on the luggage.
Yeah.
Oren, you suddenly feel like you are unburdened from your need to carry this luggage around.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to look in it. Are the books still there? We haven't actually checked.
The books are still there.
Okay. Cool. I latch it back up and I just, thank you. And then continue my way on up as I kind of look at Vane and then head out of the room up to probably does the first mate have quarters?
No. There's the captain's quarters on the underneath the quarterdeck, and then there are rooms that there's no other single rooms on the ship. The other officers share quarters.
Okay.
Ooh,
Then I'll
Jerry,
just go to the officers' quarters and
question.
Yes.
Are Dilo and Orin mechanically tired?
Yes. Oh no, actually, no. From what I remember, you were not currently suffering the effects of exhaustion.
we were about to be. Like we need to go to sleep, but
You need to sleep tonight to avoid it.
Okay.
Oh.
Then in that case, Dilo and Orin just look very, 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 very tired.
Yes, I will say for the others, they look exhausted and they look malnourished.
If you look malnourished, Thane would absolutely get you food, Dahlia.
Dilo would love food. In fact, Dilo is like she knows she needs to go and do the things they've just said they will do, but she's clearly very reluctant to leave Thane's sphere of existence at any point. She's kind of just sort of hovering along next to him.
I was actually going to say the opposite, because you're the one that needs to like clean up and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Dailu should go rest and eat. Apparently, the rest of us can deal with cleaning up the circle.
If Dailu leaves this room, Thane will leave this room.
Okay.
I mean,
Dailu
I'm
leaving the
With
room.
Dailu.
Yep. Dilo will go clean up.
And did I hear that Orin and Vane were also headed somewhere on their own?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone want to do those scenes separate from the main group, or can we just do them here?
we can do mine here. It's
Okay. Let's do that one first because you guys separated first. So
okay.
Orin and Vane.
Yeah, we'll go somewhere that is just away, like the captain. They're not the captain, so the officer's place. That's somewhere that's separate enough that we can be private.
Yep.
Okay. Quick thing that I just wanted to get to you before Dailu did. While we were there, and this is things that the ring has been in the presence of, so this isn't going to be new information for Epic. But those arrows that you made. Vane, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, you were holding very still. And I wasn't sure if you were frozen or not.
You've said many things that concern me in sequence.
Yes, we're going to have many concerning talks over the course of this next day. But we saw Gran in the Shadowfell, or a version of her. We'll get into how that works later. She's a plant monster now. Anyways, again, a lot of this stuff is going to make you very upset. File away your questions. I promise I'll answer them when we're in the main group. In order to get back, Gran helped, and I owe her a favor. And what I tried to barter was being able to shoot her with one of your arrows to turn her back into a whatever she used to be. She didn't take that deal. I just opened it in favor. I did it. I said that in front of Dailu, and Dailu now knows about those arrows. She didn't take that well, and the conversation that ensued made it very clear that when the time comes to discuss what we're going to do with those arrows, she does not have the ability to handle that decision. And I need you to keep a closer eye on them than you already have been. I don't necessarily think anything's going to happen, but I need you to know that you need to know where those are at all times.
I thank you for informing me, Oren.
That's all I have secretly, just because this would have turned into a very big fight in front of everyone. But yes, keep an eye on those. Because a discussion is coming, and I worry about what will be done with them if it doesn't go in the way that people want it to. So
we will see how the conversation goes when we discuss it. But thank you for the forewarning.
Yes. Also, all these books are from Kincaid's library about the Fae.
I see.
Conversations that we should have with everybody, but I'm going to need your help going through. I haven't read these ones, and I almost need to read this one. This one is, Jared, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have got the Collections of the Wayward Prince.
Yep.
Yes. I think there's something in here that can help us with Echo. But yeah, that's all I've got.
Understood.
Actually, hang on a sec. Let me make sure I get this detail right, because I think what it was is we can say that one of the books you took is the Collection of the Wayward Prince, but the Collected Stories of the Wayward Prince was the book that was incomplete and unreadable. The important thing that you wanted to read was that you found another version of one of those stories in one of Kincaid's books.
Okay, yeah, I have both. I have marked down both of those then, because one is Faded and Complete, and one is book from Kincaid's, and I thought they were the same. But yeah, it's there is stuff here that I think will be helpful.
The clear one is a partial book that tells a story that was in the collection, and the collection is Faded and.
The clear one is a full book, but it contains within it one of the stories that is unreadable in the other complete book that is too faded.
Gotcha.
Yeah, both books have multiple stories in them. One of those stories overlaps.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool.
Very well. Is there anything that you need to show, anything in addition that you need to share with me without informing the rest of the group? Otherwise, I believe we should reconvene with the others.
No, just that arrow conversation is coming. But yeah, let's go talk with everybody.
All right. Scout and Paul.
Dailu is just looking like amazed still. Like this Dailu still looks like she's kind of waking up and like completely disbelieving, and as they go doing the total like captain thing and like touching the walls of the ship, being like, oh my god, it's certainly my boat that I'm on, and this is my friend Thane. He is real. Wow.
It's interesting. Dailu's still waking up. Thane is still asleep.
Dailu's just like, I really didn't think that was gonna work.
So
You
should get some food. So Thane's like giving you like rations or whatever for food.
Thank you. Yep. I did have some cheese in the Shadowfell, but Shadowfell cheese. So this ain't helping with you in the whole thinking this is a dream, is it?
Probably not. You Shadowfell. This is interesting. Like, you need to eat food, but at the same time, I want to hear about everything. So, can you like do both?
Well, I'll do my best, but we're all gonna need to talk about the whole Shadowfell thing. But yes, short order. She sort of freezes, and the cheerful Dailu sort of drops for a second. And she goes, well, there's something you and I should talk about later, too. but
But not now. Okay.
maybe later. She looks really, really, really sad.
I'd probably give you a hug and just be like, yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, she pats Thane on the back firmly, and goes on eating at top speed, and also like I don't know, with one hand eating and the other hand splashing water on her face and rolling up the cuffs of her sleeves more because they keep falling down. Although I guess since she is in her cabin, she probably has her own clothes to change into here. So she would do that too. Just in case.
Yeah.
Did you go to the captain's quarters?
Yes.
So you don't find your own clothes there, I don't think, though I assume someone
Oh.
probably put your stuff somewhere on the ship. You find that the captain's quarters is full of Vanaya's stuff.
Which is not it's not much stuff, really.
There's like one tin of tea with a note that says, "Please remember to return to the shop from which this came," or something.
Well, add that to the list of mistakes we made in Russia. It's not a top priority. Get to it.
It's on the list. Dylu gasps at the betrayal that she is experiencing. But yes, okay, she'll stay in her clothes are clean. They're just over large.
You can find your luggage somewhere on board. For
Okay.
sure.
I don't know that it's been explicitly stated, but we're out on open water at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Now that you've seen the top deck, you can tell that you are no longer with any other ships. There's no one else with you, and
Is
you
it
are
storming?
you are still in the normal storm. You are not in the uber storm that was at the heart of the ocean.
And actually, while Dylu's eating, Thane would probably be like, Dylu, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost myself when you were gone. Like, things were definitely not the same.
Yeah.
Obviously, I tried basically everything to find you. We made that summoning circle thing. What else?
It was a hell of a thing that happened.
Yeah. Anyway, we can talk about it more when we're all together.
She pats him again. It's like, well, gonna try not to do that again. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
I've been better.
that'd be nice.
I've been better places. I've been better places in better company. Oops, did I say that out loud? Me and Lauren are fine. Things are fine and great. We can talk about that later too.
All right.
Actually, well, Torchline, I'm gonna be right back.
So crazy
actually-
to be talking about Torchline with other people.
Right?
And actually, before Vane and Orin head back, Vane would like, kind of seem to remember something. Go, yes, I had a message for you from Tara, Orin.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, you may want to brace yourself.
Okay.
Vane then punches Orin in the gut.
He'll just take it. Yeah, as soon as he sees you winding up, it's like, all right.
And then Vane will say, "Remember where you came from." That
I
was the
can't believe
message.
Jared and Scout missed that. I don't know. You might have to redo that.
What happened?
I
Yeah,
was given Tara's message.
Word for word.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, Jared knows.
So is the group at this point, I would say you've been on the ship now, Dylu and Orin, that you've got a sense of who's on board. So the whole party obviously is here. Madoka, the bosun for the Forge Bunny, is still acting as bosun. Stitcher is still acting as surgeon. Star Anise and Scrapper are both here in the kitchen. Winterstorm is on board. As for the crew, it's a mix from all over the fleet. You recognize Mendo and some of the sailors who you rescued with him on the original crew. But other than that, you don't get the sense that it's from any one ship. It's a mix of sailors who served on any of the Loyalist ships.
I still got some of my bunnies. That's what I call them.
Yeah, you've still got some Forge bunnies.
Everybody has a lot to learn about how Dailu has been running a ship.
Oh man.
Before we do reconvene, Dailu is also going to try to talk to Vane.
Okay. You'd probably catch Vane walking with Orin back towards the group, or wherever the group
Actually,
last was.
You might be by yourself because I have a thing I want to ask Jared about too.
Okay.
So you guys go ahead.
Are you going to text me, Orin?
Well, actually, real fast. In the time it take, like in 30 minutes, would I be able to convert my necklace, or is that like a multi-hour thing?
Convert your necklace?
I'll message you.
Okay.
Turn it to good. So as
We
Orin
configure the projection so that I can pretend to be a different member of the Frost Daggers.
as Orin meanders off into another direction, as Orin meanders off into another direction, Vane's like, I thought we were joining with the rest of the group.
Well, he would have stayed behind to just like clean up for a little bit, and
Oh, I
so
see.
he'll meet you there in a little bit.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
So
Benaya is also there helping to clean, but is also probably, Orin, Dailu seemed, for one thing, starving and also exhausted. Should you not also go and rest and get food? The rest of us can handle dismantling this circle.
Who are you talking to?
Orin!
I haven't been dismantling the circle. I left immediately.
Oh, I thought you just said, wait a sec. Oh, no, because you gone with Vane. Wait. Yes, that's right. Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay, cool.
I mean, in terms of named characters, I'm the only one doing the dismantling.
Well, and along with
There's
Benaya.
a lot of unnamed ones also.
Yes, and a lot of unnamed ones.
okay, it seems
Yeah,
like
and I mean also Benaya.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
it
I didn't
seems
catch that, but Naya was doing it too.
like an interception is successful, probably.
Yep. Yeah, Dailu is probably still walking with Vane, I would assume, but upon seeing Vane alone and able to be accosted is like, oh, Vane, just a minute. Vane, could I talk to you for a sec?
Was that Vane for the second? Okay. Of course, Dailu.
Are you going away from Thane?
Yep. She was like, just a sec, I gotta do a thing.
Thane almost grimaces and is like,
Hey, I'll be back. Just a sec.
but I have separation anxiety.
I do too thing. It'll just be a minute. I'll be stressed the whole time. I'll hurry back.
Oh my god.
Dailu is gonna just pull Vane aside. Basically do the exact same thing Orin just did and be like, "It's a quiet room where no one will overhear."
As you're starting to move Vane to another, do we really need to have more secret conversations? Is this something that Vane can look at him?
No, this one. Hey, Vane, just trust me. This is one I would like to quickly have with you by ourselves.
Very well.
You get super sad puppy eyes from Thane when he says, "Look at him," though.
Yeah, Dailu shoots really sad puppy dog eyes back.
Vane then is going to say, just so you know, Orin just spoke with me, and it seemed as though he wanted to have a secret conversation with me for my sake. If the same is true for you, be aware that I have no intention of keeping things a secret about whatever it is you may know.
About
He takes out the 3 Fey Anchorstone arrows. Says,
Oh,
Orin mentioned that you had been concerned about... We talked very quickly, I don't have all of the details. But that the fact that I have not shared information on these seemed to be something that you were distraught with.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. I was really more upset with Oren in the whole conversation. And if he led you to believe that I was upset with you, he was, let's go with incorrect.
There was very little time for him to communicate much. We were very brief.
I see. Well, you just sort of preempt me. I guess I just wanted to say that it isn't something I thought we should talk about altogether, but I didn't want to spring that on you. And
I am entirely comfortable with speaking about it with the entire group and anyone who is interested in listening. Now, let Thane come over here. I think he's going to cry soon.
That's a money on. Like, okay. Well, I'm glad you feel all right about it. Things got a little heated with me and Oren, and however it comes across, I just want you to know there's no part of me that is going to try to make this about you not saving your brother. Okay? I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page about that.
That is entirely understood. And to let you know, for me, what is most important is that I keep one.
I understand. And I understand why you didn't immediately jump forward and share that with everyone.
It was merely I did not think it was necessary.
There we might disagree slightly. However, still, we can talk about that.
Indeed.
Plus, me and Oren may have seen a few things that changed things or explicated them all around. Anyway, lots to discuss.
Yes, let's get to discussing. Let's get everyone together.
Yeah. Tyler goes and collects Thane.
Is everyone back together then?
Remagnetizes.
Yeah, basically.